Hi Puneet, welcome to this feedback interview session. How are we doing today?
Hey Saurabh, all good, all good. How are you?
Doing good, thank you. So for the viewers who are watching this video, Mr. Puneet, he has more than 18 plus years of experience and he's currently working with HCL as a consultant. Today in this session, we are going to discuss about his 18 plus years of experience, about his training experience with us, and some experience in terms of how freshers and experienced candidate can gain some knowledge from his experience as well. So hi Puneet, welcome again and let's get started.
Sure, man, sure. Go ahead.
So, can you please help us understand about your background into the IT industry? Can you just share some insights about this 18 plus years of experience, please?
Sure. So my initial years, I worked in both domestic and multinational companies. So initial years, I worked with Cisco Silver Partner Company, wherein I was involved in visiting sites, projects, implementing projects, installation of switches, routers, wireless access point, doing site surveys, and meeting customers. In fact, in a initially in a relatively small company, you are allowed to do many things. It is not about just implementation, but we also did pre-sales, wherein we made a bill of materials, worked with the OEMs, that is majorly Cisco, Aruba, and all these OEMs to share the bill of material and help the salesperson to close the deal as well. So it was a mix and match, majorly implementation and then support and then also pre-sales. So that was the initial part in the domestic company I worked. Then I worked with the multinational company, that is Zones, wherein we worked with specifically the salespeople uh, in the field of we created bill of materials and helped closing the deals, getting the good pricing from Cisco, understanding the requirement, creating bill of material, and then sharing the bill of material with the salespeople who can work with the customer to close the deals. And then the last part of my experience is with HCL, wherein I'm working majorly in the operations field, wherein supporting multinational clients. Day out job is working on the P1's ticket, P2s, P1s and P2s, creating reports, and also implementing the projects. So these are my major areas of work for the last 18 years. Yeah.
Great. Great. Thank you for sharing this information. I would like to know what all courses you have completed with I-MEDITA and what all courses you are currently pursuing with I-MEDITA.
Yeah, I started with Palo Alto. I also did SD-WAN earlier, and currently I have also did ICE, Cisco ISE, and as a part of you can say the revision, because once you are working long in the industry in the project, you are not you need to revise few things, or you need to gather new technologies, understand new technologies. So I am also doing CCIE routing and switching, undergoing that thing, and so for that we are doing routing, switching, SD access, SD-WAN, just a revision, and I plan to attend plan to do this lab probably within 3 4 months. So currently I'm doing CCIE route infrastructure training from
Enterprise.
yeah yeah
Great.
enterprise. Yeah.
And how's the overall experience with us throughout this training?
To be precise, it was excellent in the sense that it was not like you need to complete the training, that we have paid it and they need to just impart the training and that's all. What I've seen in IMEDITA is basically that they are thorough with their approach. They take time to cover every topic that is under the sun, under the blueprint, and we go over all the topics. We cover all the topics, and the trainers are available even after you complete the classes. We have the recordings. Plus, if there is any doubts, we have the trainers available with us and they respond pretty quick on the WhatsApp, or you can call them as well. So I'm very satisfied with the kind of training they give, because I've gone through many trainings with many trainers, but I've not seen such a thorough approach, going over each topic quietly again and again without any issues. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing this information. And how did you got to know about us? Because you took some training couple of years back with us. That was your first training. So how did you got to know about I-MEDITA?
I did some Google search, to be honest. I did some Google search, and at that time, I think your trainer Baldev was. I think initially I did it for Udemy. I checked Udemy some trainings about some Palo Alto, and I think if I correctly saw Baldev sir was there, and then I got to know that he works in I-MEDITA, and then I googled it. I connected with them and connected with I-MEDITA, and then started the training. You know there. So my
Got it.
initial experience was very good, but initially it was through Google. Yeah.
And from last 1.5, 2+ years, you are continuously doing courses with us. Okay. So
Yes.
you are also working at the same time with this organization. So how did you manage to balance your learning schedule, family time, and work schedule? Because for working professionals, many time it becomes very difficult.
Correct. Correct. So the credit goes to my family. They are able to understand that it's in these times you need to regularly do some training, update yourself because many technologies are coming in this field. It's not like the earlier times that the person used to do BGP and then 10, 20 years he used to earn based on BGP or any specific technology. So the credit majorly goes to the family, and then I tend to allocate some time regularly within a week or you can say a month for the training, at least 2 hours a day. I prefer that way because if I don't do that, there is no chance of getting along with the times because you see that many new training SD-WAN, SD access, cloud technologies, everything is coming. So you can't be static in this world. So you need to spend more time. But majorly, the families help me out. I am I just focus on my trainings for some hours a day. But yeah, it's difficult to balance, but that has to be done. To be honest, in these times.
And during the training, did you got all the required study material, lab access, and support from our team?
Yes, exceptional support, uh, good follow up. If something is missing, they themselves call you up. So there is no follow ups required from your side. Everything I received in time, no issues. The supporting staff is excellent. So you need not to worry. Just focus on the trainings. That's all.
And as a working professional, because now you have 18+ years of experience, 18 years back you were a fresher. So what advice would you give to a fresher candidate who is planning to get into networking domain, network security domain, from where they should start? Should they run after certification initially, or should they focus more on the core fundamentals, practical skills and knowledge?
See, both we should not isolate both of them that do first this and do that this. It should be a parallel approach wherein that they should start with some initial training. To be honest, a good CCNA with the fundamentals covered about TCP/IP, generally every CCNA covers that. But a good CCNA would cover it thoroughly, how the packet flows. This thing will help him immensely in the high level certifications. So my suggestion would be to do anything that you are starting with thoroughly. Don't jump from here to there. Do it thoroughly. Gain some parallel practical experience. This combination would be the best. It should not be either of the two. Preferably, both of them should go hand in hand. But start with some good basic training. Start with the basics and then don't jump from certification to certification. Do it once, do one certification thoroughly, then expand it to other certification. But yeah, my approach would be to have a parallel approach, not choose either this or that. It can easily work out, not a problem.
And during your these 18+ years of experience, you must have taken a lot of interviews as well, freshers, experienced candidates. So, what approach do you take when you take interviews? Let's say I am an experienced candidate, I'm there for the interview. So, are you going to test my basics first and then go towards the scenario-based questions, or how exactly people like you take interviews?
See, generally, what we do is if we are experienced enough, then we generally like to focus on the scenarios and technologies for which we would like to take interview. Because sometimes the timelines are such that you are just focusing on the scenarios and the technologies for which specifically you require people. But based on the profile, basically, if it's a L1, L2 profile, then we focus more on the basics, so that anyways these guys have the L3s to guide them up, right? If
Right.
the basics are correct, they would be able to easily build up. So, so it depends. So if it's an experienced candidate, preferably we would focus on the technologies for which we are hiring, the scenario-based questions and the technologies for which we are hiring. But it's an L1, L2 kind of scenario, we prefer a basic approach wherein we get to know that this guy is thorough with his basics, and we can train him, we can build him up to the level of level 3.
Right. Yeah. And based on your experience with us, how would you rate our training and services on a scale of 10?
I would certainly rate it 10 to be precise, and because of the great trainers you have and the support you have. I've been the main key point is thorough. They are not just covering and going away. It is like cover every topic, take time to cover it. No shortcut approach. That is the key, and that's because I am giving them 10.
And do you have any suggestion and feedback for us through which we can improve our training and services in future?
Suggestions, uh, I would say your approach is good. Don't change it. Take some because I heard I myself was checking like infrastructure CCIE infrastructure training from other vendors as well. I found that they used to cover the training with limited time with a smaller time window than yours. So I was wondering why it was that. But once I went through your training, I got to understand the reason is that it's like covering everything theoretically and practically. It takes time. The course is big. You are thorough with your approach. Please continue this approach. It's being very honest with your training. So yeah, I like this approach. I don't think so. You should change much. Just you may introduce few more tracks, DC and wireless if possible. We are looking forward for that as well.
Thank you, Puneet. Thank you for giving us your valuable time. We wish you all the very best for your CCI examination, lab examination certification. Reach out to our team if in case you are facing any issues, you need any support. We are always there to help you. Thank you again for your valuable
Sure,
time.
man. Thanks, Saurabh. Thanks, Saurabh. Take care, man. Take care. Bye bye.